right, how's it going, everybody? I'm going to be showing you this crazy find. So this here is a letter opener that I found at an estate sale. So we'll go over the markings there. And then you can see the eagle there on the handle. And so when we open it, you can see it is aged. But I'm going to tell you some of the information that I found out about this letter opener. Because initially I thought it was a dagger, but from my research, it turned out to be a letter opener from the Nazi era. So let me go ahead. Let me just set this out here so everybody can see it. So I have my notes next to me. So this letter opener was assigned by the Wehrmacht Heer, which is basically, that translates to Wehrmacht, which is the defense force, and Heer, which is the army. So it's basically the armed forces, if you were to translate that back to English. So going back through that, so from this information, I looked it up on Wikipedia, and I found that the Wehrmacht Heer was actually the unified armed forces of Nazi Germany from the period of 1935 to 1945. And so from that information, we do know this is a letter opener. Now, the manufacturer of this letter opener slash dagger was the Paul von der Berg, and then it was manufactured in Berlin Tempelhof, and then it says GM. So I don't know if that stands for German manufacturing, but as we can see here, let me go back over to my notes. So looking at the end of this letter opener, you can see it is an eagle shaped. Obviously, since this one is quite worn down, you can kind of see where the eye would be, and then obviously the shape there, followed by, I'm assuming that's the claw, but that also is where you would put your hands to open up a letter. You can see the blade itself. Let's see if we can get focus. It is pretty worn. There is light pitting. You can see the handle here. This is where it's held together. Right, and then going to the little case where you would put it, we can see here this text. This text says Koblenz, and then Koblenz of RH, followed by this insignia. Now, from my research, Koblenz actually spelled with a K in present time, but Koblenz spelled with a C was before 1926. And R is probably Rhine for Rhineland. And then we're assuming this is maybe a P, if not an H. But from my research, it would be Koblenz of Rhineland-Palatine, or Palatine. And so this is an area in Germany that apparently, I believe the dates were from 1936 is when the German Defense Forces, or the Nazi forces, invaded that town, which was a violation of the Treaty of Versailles. So I just thought I would share this interesting letter opener. It is Nazi memorabilia, but it is also historically significant. So although it is a negative point in history, it is actually a cool artifact that I found. The estimated value of a letter opener, from my research, there was a couple of German auctions that showed one had sold for 185 euros. Another one did not have a price listed, but just doing the slight conversion on today's dollar value should be around 200 US dollars for something of this nature. And believe it or not, I actually paid $1 at the estate sale because they thought it was just a normal letter opener, as did I. Until I started actually doing the research on this letter opener. So I hope you enjoyed this video on this letter opener from circa, let's say, 1930s, 1940s, from the Nazi Germany time period. So if you are into military memorabilia, I think you'll enjoy this video. I apologize to any German people watching this video. I tried my best to pronounce all of these German words correctly. And just a little fun thing at the end, I did write all of my notes on a Porsche notebook. So very German themed today, but just showing really cool letter opener that I found and will keep for my personal collection because I like to acquire quirky things, and although this is a negative thing, it is actually pretty interesting for my collection. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. And comment below if you know anything else about this letter opener. Thanks.